Hi, my name is Patrick McLarnon and I'm the head chef in Brook's Hotels in Drury Street, Dublin 2. We're a 98-bedroom hotel. We've been here for approximately 15 years. I've been the head chef for those 15 years, and we're operating in the 4-star market. I like to cook with wild foods and stuff that we've foraged in the kitchen and used products. And the girls in work here, they love to get out into the woods for a day and go and get involved in it. And I've found that when you do this and people are using foraged foods, then you've more connect with the product and you can sit back. There's a relationship between the people that are using the food, and they appreciate it a lot more. You can sit there. I can take my mushrooms, and for someone else on the shelf, there's jars of mushrooms there. But when I look at mushrooms or any of the syrups that are on the shelf, I remember a day, like with blueberries, and we have those frozen in the freezer. I remember the day we went up, and it was myself and Lisa and Tom, and we went up the mountains and we got some blueberries and we had our picnic in the forest, and we stopped for a coffee somewhere. And it's not the amount of berries or anything that you get, it's the whole day. So when you come back and you're using that, and I put that on the plate for someone, I'm not just looking at blueberries on a piece of tart or blueberries in a pie. That's a day. So you keep going back to the freezer, and you find that you can relive that day 100 times. We've grown different things. We've managed to grow potatoes out in the backyard. Granted, it's 6 or 8 potato plants, but it's within the city, and the lads here, they had the experience of growing a potato. And that's just to see a potato going through its different stages, coming up, growing, and oh look, there's a flower on the potato, and then unearthing the potato. And we grew tomatoes, which grew quite successfully, and it's probably because it's a walled garden, so it's got the heat retention and everything. The other things that you can grow successfully, and everybody knows, is the herbs anyway. So we're able to grow the mint, we're able to grow thyme. This year we've planted our garlic early, so we have some garlic plants going. I think it gives something the staff that pride then as well. Like, you can go and say, your tomatoes actually grew outside in the backyard, and you can't do it for everybody, but 1 or 2 people, and they know and they'll enjoy, and it's a reward, and it's a reward for their customer loyalty, and a reward for some fishes need coated when you're going to fry. And so with this one we wanted to flavour up and get a little taste of fennel, the aniseed going in with the fish. So for the fennel pollen, because it's quite delicate, we just added it into cornmeal to give it a bit of length, because it shakes freely. But then also the cornmeal has a double bonus, because you'll often see recipes calling for fish to be dusted with flour. So we're very aware here, a lot of celiacs here, and when it comes to something like fish cakes and whatnot, we can do cornmeal with fennel pollen in and use that to dust fish and fry, and it just gives fish a little crust, and then the flavour from the fennel gets to impart through. It's a simple. When we use sloes in with the dish, you'll traditionally see people using sloes. The sloes we're using are always last year's sloes. The sloes have been marinating. We marinate ours in sherry as well as sloes been marinated in the more common form, gin. A lot of people, when they use their sloes, they'll always say, what do they do with them, or whichever. Some people say dip them in chocolate and then eat them. But we just keep them, and we add them in as a feature on the plate, because you've got your mallard, you already have the sloe flavours in the stock, and then we use it just adds a dot of relief on the plate, really, and then someone gets to see it actually is what a sloe is, and that it's just a small plum that's a little more bitter, but because it's been sitting there for a year, it's got fermented out in the spirits and everything, so it ends up sweeter and edible. 2012 was hay, fusing the milk that you're going to cook to use the ice cream with the hay. But for it, you're looking at a particular one. You're looking for sweet vernal grass, and in the roots of it, and it's got a flavour, and it's called coumarin. But it is that flavour of, it's vanilla without being vanilla, and it's very full and very round. That flavour, if you ever go to the countryside and you're out walking for a day and you pick the thing of grass and you pull it up, and you're chewing on blade of grass. And it's almost vanilla-y, aniseedy type flavours coming in around. That's what we're staying with us at Christmas, and they come every Christmas. They've been coming for the last probably 8 years, whichever. And I give them out some of the blueberries, and they turn around and they go, "You made our tongues blue." That's the joy of, you know, like everybody's going to get a different sensation out of it. The thing, you can stand there and field, and you can eat them off your hands, and you say, that's wonderful. So you don't want to do too much with them. So back to granny, bit of shortbread, bit of lemon curd, fresh cream, and you've got your sweetness and tartness from the lemon curd that's going to accentuate and lift out the flavours in the wild berry, and just we'll layer them together. But basically it's a wild berry. Ideally you eat it in the field as such, but when you bring it home, you don't need a lot to pick it up or bring out anything. It's top of the chain already, so keep it simple. I like going out in the wild, I like bringing it home, I like being able to cook it, and someone's going to enjoy it. And if they don't get the enjoyment of that, it's a hard life for them. Not everything in the wild is wonderful. Like, there's some of the stuff you're going to go out and you're going to bring back, and it's not going to taste the greatest, like something else is going to taste better. But there is that joy and the satisfaction of just having gone and got. Hello, kitchen.